We all believe we know the people around us. But what if we don't? This is the story of someone who thought life was simple, predictable, until one moment exposed a truth so painful, it changed everything. If you think pain only comes from enemies, this story will prove you wrong. Because sometimes the deepest wounds are caused by those we love the most. My mother convinced my fiancé to cheat on me with my brother. He's the stronger man, you need a real husband, she whispered to her. They thought I'd just accept it, but this morning my phone blew up with 19 missed calls. I never thought I'd be posting something like this, but here we are, throwaway because my brother uses Reddit. Some background: I'm Steven, 31, been with my fiancé Lynn, 28, for 2 years, engaged for 6 months. My younger brother Wesley, 29, lives about 15 minutes away from us. Our mom, Nancy, 55. Has always been intense, but lately she's been acting weird as hell around Lynn. It started small. Mom would make these random comments about Wesley's gym progress or how some women just need a more physically present man. I work 50-60 hours a week to provide for our future, while Wesley works as a personal trainer. Nothing wrong with that, but Mom acts like he's some kind of Greek god. Last month I noticed Lynn started acting different after family dinners, more quiet, checking her phone more often. I brushed it off. Wedding planning stress. Right wrong yesterday was when hit the fan. Mom invited Lynn over for wedding planning. While I was supposed to be at work, my crew finished early, so I figured I'd surprise them. Pulled up to Mom's house, and through the open window I heard everything. Mom was in full manipulation mode. Lynn, honey, I'm telling you this because I care. Steven's just like his father, always working, never home. Wesley could give you the attention you deserve. He's asked about you, you know. No, says he sees how lonely. Lynn's response made my blood run cold. Nancy, I don't know, Steven's been distant lately, but Mom cut in. He's the stronger man, you need a real husband, someone who will be there, not just provide a paycheck. Wesley could give you that passionate life you deserve. I stood there frozen. Then Lynn said something that knocked the wind out of me. Wesley has been texting me, nothing inappropriate, but that's when I walked in. The look on their faces. Mom had the audacity to smile, like she was doing me a favor. Lynn turned white as a sheet. I didn't yell, didn't need to, just looked at Mom and said, so this is what wedding planning looks like. Mom straightened up, all righteous. Someone had to say something. You're never home, always at work. Wesley. I cut her off. Wesley, this Wesley, that real funny how you never mentioned the 3 failed relationships he's had this year alone. Lynn tried to explain. Steven, it's not what you think, let me see your phone. I said. Dead silence. If nothing's inappropriate, show me the text. She clutched her phone tighter, told me everything I needed to know. Mom started screaming about how I'm being controlling, how I don't trust Lynn, how Wesley would never demand to see someone's phone. Rich coming from the woman who reads Dad's emails. Just to be sure, I walked out. Lynn followed me to the driveway, crying about how she was confused. And your mom just got in my head, said she'd delete Wesley's number, that it meant nothing. Got home to find 6 missed calls from Wesley, text from him saying, we need to talk, bro. Yeah, we sure do. Mom's blown up my phone all day. Apparently I'm throwing away a good woman by being paranoid. Dad called too, trying to play peacekeeper. Like always, you know how your mother gets, son. She means well. She's actively trying to set my brother up with my fiancé. And Lynn, she's sleeping in the guest room, says she needs space to think. Funny how that works. The worst part, found out through my friend Patrick that Wesley's been coincidentally showing up at the coffee shop near Lynn's workplace for weeks now, just happening to be there during her lunch break. Real subtle, bro. I'm not playing their games, not gonna sit around waiting for more innocent texts or coffee shop coincidences. Got a missed call from Mom just now, probably another lecture about how Wesley always made time for family, or some gonna sleep on the couch tonight. Tomorrow is gonna be interesting. Edit. Holy, this blew up. Thanks for the support too. Answer some common questions. Yes, we in Coos counseling. No, I didn't know about the text before yesterday. Wesley still blowing up my phone, left him on read. Some of you called this fake, because no mother would do this. Lucky you having normal parents. Update, just got a text from Lynn saying she's gonna stay at her sister's place until things calm down. Sure, that'll help. Mom's already called twice this morning, haven't answered. I'll update when I figure out my next move. Right now I need a drink and some sleep. Update 1. First, thank you all for the support on my last post. I wish I had better news, but everything went to exactly like some of you predicted. Sorry this is long, but I need to get this off my chest. Quick recap. I 31M noticed my mother Nancy 55 acting weird around my fiancé Lynn 28, making comments about my brother Wesley 29 being more of a man than me. You guys told me to watch out, and damn, I should have listened sooner. The past 3 weeks have been hell. Lynn started going out more, claiming girls' nights every Thursday and sometimes Saturdays. I didn't think much of it until I noticed she'd come home smelling like that stupid cologne Wesley always wears, you know, the type, the one every wannabe Instagram fitness guy uses. Last Thursday, she said she was meeting her friend Amber for drinks. Something felt off. She was dressed different then, and she'd been texting nonstop all day with this weird smile. I decided to drive by Wesley's apartment complex on my way to meet Patrick for our usual Thursday gaming session, call it intuition or whatever, but her car was right there in the visitor spot. I sat in my truck for maybe 20 minutes, feeling my blood pressure rise with each passing minute. Then I saw them through his ground floor window. They were on his couch, her head on his shoulder, watching something on his laptop. My own brother and my fiancé looking cozy as can be. I'm not proud of what happened next, but I'm not sorry. Either I walked straight up and banged on his door. The look on their faces when they opened it, Wesley and his stupid compression shirt, Lynn, and clothes I bought her for her birthday. I'll never forget it. How long? That's all I asked. Lynn started crying, but not the guilty kind, the I got caught kind. Wesley tried to step between us, puffing up his chest like he always does. Bro, we need to talk about this like adults. I cut him off. How long? 2 months. Lynn whispered, it just happened. You're always working late. And Wesley understands me better. I laughed. Actually laughed. Understands you better. The guy who still lives in a rented studio apartment at 29, the one who sells overpriced protein powder to college kids. That's when hit the fan. Wesley tried to throw a punch, always was a hothead. I caught his arm and pushed him back into his apartment. Really, you my fiancé? And then try to hit me? Real classy, bro. I called our mother right there on speaker. Want to know what she said? She laughed, actually laughed and said, well honey, I tried to tell you, Wesley's always been the stronger one. Lynn needs a real man, not someone who's going to bore her to death. The family group chat exploded within hours. Wesley played victim, claiming I threatened him. I didn't. Lynn posted some vague Instagram story about following your heart with that stupid butterfly emoji. My mother started calling everyone, spinning her version where I'm the bad guy who drove Lynn away with my workaholic tendencies. Dad's staying out of it. Typical. My sister texted to say she's disgusted with all of them. The extended family is split, half thinking I should man up and fight for my relationship with my cheating fiancé, the other half actually having some sense. Lynn moved out yesterday while I was at work, took everything I ever gave her plus some stuff that wasn't hers, left her ring on the kitchen counter with a note saying I never meant to hurt you. Classic. The kicker. Mom hosted a family dinner tonight. Guess who showed up together? Yep, Wesley and Lynn holding hands like teenagers. Mom looked so proud you'd think she'd arranged a royal wedding. I didn't go, obviously. Sat at home looking at all the signs. I missed the sudden gym sessions, the new clothes, the way she turned her phone away when texting Wesley, showing up at family events. He usually skipped. Mom's constant comparisons. Here's the thing though, I'm not sad, I'm not even angry anymore. I'm just done with Wesley's wannabe alpha male act, done with Lynn's victim routine, done with Mom's manipulation. They think I'm just going to roll over and accept this, that I'll show up at Christmas like nothing happened. They have no idea what's coming. TLDR, caught my fiancé with my brother. Mother basically orchestrated it. Now they're playing happy couple while painting me as the bad guy, but I'm not taking this lying down. Edit. Thanks for all the awards and messages to everyone asking. Yes, I've already talked to a lawyer about the stuff Lynn took, and no, I'm not going to try to work it out like some of you suggested. Some bridges need to burn. Edit. To stop DMing me asking for Wesley's Instagram. I get it, you want to shame him, but I'm handling this my way. Update 2. It's been 3 weeks since my last update, and holy, everything just hit the fan. Remember how Wesley and my mom kept gloating about how I'd come around eventually and learn to accept things as they are? Yeah, well, karma's A, and I'm her favorite wingman right now. First off, thanks for all the support of DMS. You guys helped me stay focused when I wanted to just drink myself stupid. Special shout out to the person who suggested I look into Wesley's business practices. You were on to something there. So remember how Wesley was always bragging about his personal training business? Turns out Mr. Perfect wasn't exactly running things by the book. All those protein supplements he was selling to his clients, he was getting them from some sketchy supplier and repackaging them in his garage. I may have dropped an anonymous tip to the fitness certification board about his unlicensed operation. Whoops. The best part, he was doing his business through Venmo and Cash App without reporting anything. The tax folks tend to get real interested in that kind of stuff. I didn't even have to do anything illegal, just forwarded some of his social media posts where he was literally bragging about his cash only deals to the right people. My mother Nancy didn't take it well when Wesley's certification got suspended. She showed up at my apartment last Tuesday screaming about how I was destroying the family. I just stood there sipping my coffee while she had her meltdown in the hallway. My neighbor even recorded it. Thanks, Mrs. Johnson. That TikTok really blew up. You're just jealous because Wesley's a real man, she shrieked. I just laughed and said, real men pay their taxes. Mom, the look on her face, priceless. But here's where it gets better. Remember how my mom's always been this top real estate agent in our area? Turns out she's been cutting corners too. Nothing major, just enough that when someone, definitely not me, started looking into her business practices, things got interesting. Those glowing reviews she always bragged about, half of them disappeared after being flagged as suspicious. Lynn, starting to see the cracks in her perfect new man Wesley, had to cancel their weekend getaway because he couldn't afford it anymore. She tried reaching out to me through Patrick last week saying she misses our talks. Yeah, right. Patrick told her I was too busy with my new promotion to care about her drama. Oh yeah, did I mention I got promoted? Turns out when you channel your anger into work instead of drinking, good things happen. The raise is nice, but the timing is even better right when Wesley's having to move back in with our parents because he can't afford his apartment anymore. The family's divided now. Half of them aren't speaking to, which is fine because I didn't like those cousins anyway. The other half keeps sending me laughing emojis whenever Wesley or mom post their cryptic Facebook statuses about staying strong in the face of haters. Last night, everything came to a head at what was supposed to be a family meeting to talk things through. Mom and Wesley ambushed me at Dad's house. They tried to guilt-trip me about family loyalty. While Lynn sat there looking uncomfortable, I just pulled out my phone and played the video of Mom telling Lynn that Wesley was more of a man than me. Dad hadn't seen that one before. His face went from red to purple really quick. He asked, Mom to leave, first time I've ever seen him stand up to her. Wesley tried to get in my face talking about how I'm pathetic for not fighting fair. I just smiled and asked him how his protein shake business was going. He swung at me, missed, and face planted into Dad's coffee table. Now he's got a broken nose to match his broken ego. Lynn started crying, saying this wasn't what she wanted. I just shrugged and said, you made your bed, hope it was worth it. Then I walked out while Wesley was still bleeding on Dad's carpet. This morning my phone EXP exploded with notifications. Wesley's certification board posted their final decision online. He's banned from personal training for at least 2 years. Mom's real estate broker dropped her after more complaints surfaced, and Lynn, she's telling anyone who will listen that she made a mistake. The best revenge. I'm actually happier now, got my own place, my job's going great, and I've been seeing someone new who actually appreciates loyalty. Life's funny like that. TLDR. Brother and ex-fiancé thought they'd won by cheating. Mom supported them. I played the long game, exposed their shady practices legally, and now they're all facing consequences while my life's better than ever. Edit. Holy, this blew up. Rip my inbox. No, I won't share the TikTok video, trying to keep some privacy here. Edit 2. Stop asking for Lynn's social media, that's not cool, guys. Edit 3. Yes, Wesley really did try to swing at me. No, I didn't. Press charges. His broken nose and destroyed reputation are enough. Finally, update. First, thank you everyone for the support. It's been 2 months since my last update, and holy did things escalate. Grab your popcorn because karma finally showed up, and she's a stone cold. TLDR. Wesley's life imploded. Lynn came crawling back. LOL. No, and my mother's perfect little world crumbled. Sometimes revenge is just watching people destroy themselves. The phone started buzzing at 6 a.m. Last Thursday. I ignored the first few calls from Wesley, but by the time I got out of the shower I had 19 missed calls, mix of Wesley, Lynn, and my mom. Didn't bother calling back, just made my coffee and watched the show unfold on Facebook. Remember how I mentioned Wesley's supplement business in my last post? Turns out those protein shakes he was selling weren't exactly legal. Someone, definitely not me, sent an anonymous tip about his unlicensed business to the health department. They did a surprise inspection and found his garage full of expired supplements he was repackaging as premium protein blends. The best part, he'd been selling this crap at his gym. When word got out, his clients started posting about feeling sick. The gym fired him immediately. His personal training certification gone. Those fancy clients my mother loved bragging about all gone. But wait, it gets better. Remember that electrical work Wesley did on Mom's office, the one she kept pushing me to admire because your brother is so handy. Funny how the building inspector showed up after receiving photos of unlicensed electrical work. My mother's real estate office had to shut down for 2 weeks for emergency repairs, cost her a fortune, and she missed closing 3 sales. I didn't do anything illegal, just made sure the right people saw the right information at the right time. Lynn started having second thoughts about her upgrade when Wesley couldn't afford their apartment anymore. She actually showed up at my place last week, crying about how she made a mistake. Told her I was busy. I was actually getting ready for a date with Zoe, the new receptionist at my gym. Yeah, Wesley's old gym. Petty, maybe worth it. Absolutely. The real satisfaction came during Sunday family dinner. Mom always insisted on these WWL gatherings, using them to showcase her successful children. This time I actually showed up, first time since the split brought Zoe. Mom nearly choked when she saw us. Wesley and Lynn were there too, looking miserable. Wesley's wearing his old high school clothes because he can't afford new ones. Lynn kept trying to catch my eye, but I was too busy telling everyone about my promotion supervisor position, company truck, the whole package. Mom tried to change the subject, but Dad, who's finally grown a spine, kept asking me about work. Then Wesley lost it, started screaming about how I ruined his life. Mom jumped in, defending her precious baby boy. I just sat there eating my potatoes while Wesley had his meltdown. He actually accused me of reporting him to everybody, couldn't prove anything. Of course, I just smiled and asked if he tried those new protein shakes at the gym. Heard they were actually legit. Lynn tried to play peacemaker, which was hilarious. Steven, please, can't we all just move past this? Move past what, Lynn? Your decision to upgrade to a stronger man who now can't even afford General Pro powder. Mom's real estate business is struggling. Turns out when you lose your office for 2 weeks and get hit with health code violations, people start looking elsewhere. Those gossip groups she loved, they're having a field day with her handyman's son and his expired supplement scandal. The cherry on top. Dad finally spoke up, told Mom he's sick of her playing favorites. He's been sleeping in the guest room and talking about taking some time to think. I didn't have to throw a single punch or break a single law, just sat back and watched karma do her thing. Wesley's strength didn't help him when his house of cards collapsed. Mom's precious golden child is now the neighborhood joke, and Lynn, last I heard, she's looking for teaching jobs in another district because the parents at her school found out about the scandal. Me, life's good. Zoe's amazing, actually appreciates a man who works hard instead of just talking about his protein shakes. The promotion came with a nice raise, and best of all, I sleep like a baby knowing I didn't have to do anything except let their own actions catch up to them. Mom still calls sometimes, usually crying about how I've torn the family apart. I just let it go to voicemail. Wesley tried to connect on LinkedIn last week, denied. Lynn sent a long email about closure, deleted, unread. They wanted a stronger man. Well, they got one, just not the one they expected. Edit, since people keep asking, yes, all the reports and tips were completely legitimate. They actually were selling expired supplements. The electrical work really wasn't up to code. I just made sure people noticed in the end. Life is not about what we have, it's about what we know. And sometimes, knowing the truth can destroy us more than the lies ever could. This story is a reminder that not every smiling face is a friend, and not every silence is innocent. If you want more stories that reveal the unseen truths of life, hit the subscribe button and share your thoughts below.